We're back in the closet.
Wow, we have this new microphone and I feel like I can't see you.
You can.
It's like
We could raise it up.
It's like a centerpiece in a table.
We could raise it up if we wanted to, I guess, so we could see each other. But I don't know if the sound would be as good.
It's alright. It's all good. I
Is
see
it?
you all the time. I'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah,
Good.
I'm positive.
Good.
So, what's up?
Buttercup.
I knew that was coming. You put that on my my phone. Man, it's been a day. You put that on my cup the other day, didn't you?
I think I did, yeah.
JMR's still naming my cups. Started a long time ago, and it's continuing. Not sure when it's going to end.
I'm naming you on your cups.
Right, you're putting a title on my cups. And last week, one was Buttercup, and one was also Peaches and Cream, which I'm still a little bit confused by. And last night was Laundry Queen, which is very true.
Right. Some of them are just going to be I'm going to be grasping at straws. But Peaches and Cream is just, it's too much for everyone to hear about.
Oh, since when is something too much for you?
Well,
It must be really bad.
I'm a changed man.
Oh gosh, since when?
It's about, I don't know, 2?
2 o'clock today?
Yeah.
What happened? You were Ubering. Did somebody enlighten you on life or something? Or
I was Ubering it too, wasn't I?
Yeah, what
Or
changed?
I left it.
What changed your life?
Nothing.
I didn't think so.
Nothing changed my life.
You're the same old JMR, aren't you?
The same guy.
Yeah.
I want to be this guy till the day I die. I'm a rapper too. Get that?
I
See
feel
that
like
there?
I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that's a song.
It is. I just created it. I got to finish it up.
Gotcha. Have I talked about how I'm feeling the new Post Malone album?
I don't know, but it's a good one.
Man, I love
Very
it.
good.
He's touring, and I want to go to the concert in Atlanta on October 18th, but you won't take me. Why? I don't ask for much in life.
What day is that?
I don't give a crap what day it
You know,
is.
concerts are never on days that
Probably
are convenient.
Thursday, and who cares? Why does that
Who
matter to
cares?
you?
It matters if it's in the middle of a week when you're
Oh,
working.
so you can't take a day off for your wife to take her to a concert.
Oh, give me a break.
You suck. You have days off? I'll just call your bosses and sweet talk them. They'll let you know. Come on.
I do have days off. I can take days off.
Okay, so then what's the problem? You know what? Just move on before I get mad at you.
You gonna get mad at me?
I'm sure if it was a guy trip, you would take a day off.
Whatever. Please.
It's a Friday.
Is it?
Mofo, yes.
Wow,
But I
see,
got...
that's much better.
So we can go?
See what the ticket prices are.
Oh, they're going to be too expensive. Are you kidding me? They'll be like $150 at least.
You think?
Yeah.
He's kind of a big deal.
Post Malone in Atlanta? Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal now.
Why do these artists rape us?
They got to make a living.
Oh, come on. But I do have a question. So you know how, a new album comes out and we just all get it on our Apple Music?
Yeah.
How do they make money on albums now?
There's like metrics on like downloads, and they get paid on all kinds of stuff. There's I think like the record deal that they sign has control of all their merch and everything. So they get paid per download, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I was curious
That's good.
because
That's a good question.
I was just curious. I was like, we just got all this music for free. How do they make money on their albums?
Yeah, it's when you used to go buy it for $11.99.
So
You knew they got it.
now they rape us on their concert tickets. Because used to, concerts were $60, $70, $80 for a ticket.
I think everything's inflated. It just as time goes on,
Inflated?
everything gets more expensive.
Heck yeah, but why? Nobody's
It's
making
just
more money.
natural.
No, it's not natural.
Yeah, everybody's making more money
Are we?
than 20 years ago.
No, we aren't.
No,
I don't think so.
we're making more
I'm
money
not.
than 20 years ago.
I'm not.
We are.
And it's still not enough.
Never.
And I'm still stressed about finances.
It's never enough.
It would be. That's what I said. Somebody asked me, I forget who it was the other day. Who asked me this? If I had one wish, what would it be? And my one wish would be always have enough money. That's it. I'm not wishing for millions and millions of dollars, for palaces, for fancy cars. I just want to always have enough money for what I need and a little bit of what I want. Is that too much to wish for?
No.
Oh, and to live at the beach.
You threw that in there?
Well, if they said only one, I would just still want enough money.
Yeah. Because then you could go to the beach and still have enough money.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I like it.
Because if we miss one dime out of our income, it matters. Anyway, I don't want to stress about it. I don't want to talk about stressful
Let's have
stuff.
this. We're going to call this the Stress Out Blog,
Jeez.
which it's not a blog.
It's not a blog. It's not a vlog. It's a freaking podcast. Welcome. Welcome to your
Hello.
own podcast. But I do want to go to the concert.
Do you?
I bet we can't make that happen.
I'm going to see if I got any homies down in Atlanta that can hook a brother up.
We usually go to the Halloween haunt at Kings Island in October.
Ooh, switch it up.
So we either switch it
Flip
up,
it.
flip the switch. I don't know. You know how I'm a routine-oriented person. So for me not to go to the Halloween haunt when we've been for the last 3 or 4 years would be a little bit weird to me.
Post Malone, just shake it up for 1 year. Go down.
You're not taking me to Post Malone. Why are you giving me false hope?
Why don't you
Here you
get up-
are. You're pacifying me again. He does this. He gets his big old pacifier
I'm
out
not-
and sticks it in my
Oh,
mouth.
I do, baby. You know I do. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're a change.
Right after the Post Malone concert.
You're a change. Maybe if I get backstage passes.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm kidding. I thought you were a
Ow.
changed man. I thought you didn't joke about that stuff anymore. You
I
cleaned it up.
couldn't help it.
I didn't think so.
I couldn't help it.
I didn't think so. Anyway, if you could get somebody to hook me up,
It is a really good CD, though. Or album.
I-
It's an album.
I would even be willing to go to the concert by myself if we could only get one ticket. So you wouldn't have to take off work. You know what I mean?
No, I'll go.
You wouldn't have to take off work. I could just drive down there by myself, go to the concert by myself,
I'm good. We'll go for the
and
weekend
and
and
go home.
turn around and come back. Kind of like we did for draft weekend.
We did it for your draft. Why can't you
That's
do
right.
something for me?
Don't even ask. What you coming at me for tonight?
Because I want to go to Post Malone. I pull out all measures. I'm just kidding. It's
fine with me.
it's fine with you if we can find some spare change in our car to pay for the freaking tickets.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we might have enough between the two of our
No,
cars.
my car is spick and span.
It is. It's staying that way. I think it's
He's driving
due
it
to
for
Uber
and
/ Lyft.
and people are commenting on how clean and nice my car is.
It's amazing what accountability does. It's a good parallel to accountability in your life.
Right.
When you know people are going to see your results.
Right.
When you know it, you know what I mean? You keep
No,
your
tell me more about this
You keep your
accountability.
shit together.
Yeah.
You know? But if you know nobody's going to see your car,
Right.
you just I'll clean it
Oh
tomorrow.
my gosh,
right?
yeah.
I'll clean it tomorrow.
My car before I got this one was a nice car, but it was a crap hole. And if you would walk by my car and look at my window and know it's Angie's car, you'd be like, oh my gosh, her house must be disgusting. Which parts of my house are? Namely, kids' rooms.
Kids' rooms, yeah.
But my room and everywhere downstairs that people see is spotless. But my kids' rooms are crap holes. But my car was. But you know, everybody has to have a place where you just kind of throw your crap.
You let go.
And that was my car. It was like, I can't keep up with everything.
Right.
Right? But if I keep on top of it and don't let it get out of control, it'll be more likely to stay.
And we have to.
That's what I try to tell my kids about their rooms, but they haven't learned that yet.
Right.
Their rooms are crap holes.
They're unbelievable.
I mean,
I don't even want to talk about it. It'll put me in a place.
I don't want you to get in that place.
I'll just turn into the Hulk. I'll get that
Yeah, I know. You do get like that sometimes. People don't believe that, but he does.
I do, man. It drives me crazy.
You can
It
get-
drives me crazy.
He can get mean.
Downright mean.
Sometimes.
So mean.
Sometimes.
Hey, I'm a human.
Or, you know.
Well, in some ways.
Anyway, the Post Malone album is good. If you haven't listened to it and you even like him a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit different. It has a little bit of different flavors on there.
Yeah, it's not all the same. It's
No.
definitely one of those. He's definitely not one of those artists where you're like, every song, even though you might like them, you still go, oh, that's them, because it sounds exactly the same.
Right.
Style. His, it's like,
he's changing.
He's got
it
like that
up.
Ozzy Osbourne one, which sounds totally different. Then he has another one that almost sounds like a retro song. I don't know how to explain it. It almost sounds like something from the 80s.
Are you talking about Allergic?
Yes.
It goes, it almost sounds like
yes, like an 80s song.
it does.
Or 90s song.
It does. It sounds like that. And there's one song on there I do not like. Only one. The rest of the album I can listen from start to finish, and I have multiple times. But it's called The Internet, and it's just stupid.
And see that, you know what, that's funny you say that, because before I knew which song that was, like, because I listened to the album, but then I didn't really listen to it, and now I've listened to it more, and like, before I listened to it, you said you didn't like that song, you hated it. That influenced me to where I just skipped that song.
Really? I mean, you should listen to it.
No, but isn't that weird, though? Like, I'm like, I don't...
Well,
and
you
it's
might
not
like
even
it.
like, I might like it, but it's funny how you might not even give something a chance because of a negative review.
True. That's why you shouldn't always listen to reviews online.
Right. It's like if somebody says something negative about something, it has so much weight.
It does.
Even if it's not valid, it's your opinion.
It's my opinion. It's what I like. I don't like the lyrics, and I don't really like how it sounds. You know what I mean? But
Right.
that might be somebody's favorite song.
I may love it.
You should listen to it.
I have since. I can't remember which one it is.
I mean, it's not so bad that I like, oh, I gotta skip this. I mean, I'll skip it if I'm thinking about it, but it's not like one of those songs that like makes my ears bleed. Because there's songs like that makes my ears bleed.
Yes.
Any Pearl Jam song.
Oh, please.
I'm sorry. It's true.
Greatest band ever.
Another new person I've been listening to is it Billie Eilish? Is that how you say it?
Billie Eilish.
No, I did not say
Billie
that.
Eilish.
There's
Just
two-
rolls off the tongue.
No,
Billie
it's-
Eilish.
Jeff, there's two
Billie Eilish.
there's two names. Billie
Eilish.
Eilish, I think.
Eilish.
Anyway,
Like an eyelash.
sure. Spelled completely different. Her album, I believe that it's relatively new, is really good too. It's very dark. And it's not typically the music that I listen to, but I like it. It's like dark and evil.
It makes me think of something like if you went to one of those S&M clubs, that's what
Yes.
you'd have on.
I
If you're
agree.
like getting tied up in ball gag,
Maybe that's why I like
like
it.
that could be it.
No, I told you before, the ball gag is a no-go.
Not even the one with like the wiffle ball with the holes in it.
Gosh, no, Dad, don't, no. I don't want the sensation of anything.
Permanently, like, yeah, I got you.
I don't want my mouth. I don't want to be, not blind. What is it?
You don't feel like you're
I don't want you
like,
to tie anything around my mouth or put anything in my mouth other than what you would.
You got to be in control, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I'm never
Of
going to want
putting
that.
things in your
I
mouth.
mean, yeah, sure, yeah. I don't want them forced there permanently and then taped down. Okay, I'm saying
Taped down.
or tied down.
Yeah.
I don't. Anyway, back to her album. It's really good, but it's dark. And actually, Brooke said that Gary one night woke her up playing this one song on there, and it scared her so much she started crying. Now that's a little OD, but I think it was just because she was woken up from her sleep with this eerie song, and it creeped her the creep out.
Creeped her the creep out.
It's a good album. I'm open to new music. I love finding new music and people telling me about new music, except for country. I'm not open for country.
You said music.
Oh, I see what you did there. Right. I agree with you, but there's some people that are going to totally disagree
No,
with
people
you.
love country music. I don't know why, but they do.
I don't either, but a
But
lot
then
of people
there's
do.
other people that are like, they like rap, they like hip hop. I don't understand why they like hip hop, or they like
Well, yeah, I mean,
alternative. It's
a lot
just
of people.
your preference.
a lot
But
of
I
people-
like everything, almost everything,
I like everything except country.
except country.
Yeah. I am not a big classical music person, but I mean, I can get the point of where maybe you're sitting around doing some work and you have it on for I mean, I get that.
Right.
But I'm a big music person. Music speaks to me. When I'm stressed, I like to listen to music. When I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm frustrated, like every emotion provokes me to want to listen to a certain type of music. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my playlist to work out is different than my playlist that I'm chilling with. Y'all wouldn't believe what's on my playlist to work out with. Some of it's really like, there's no way Angie would ever listen to that, but I do.
Yeah, I agree.
So anyway, I
There's
don't know.
definitely some stuff on there that's
I like music.
not something I would think that you would be listening to.
In the evenings, I would rather listen to music than watch TV. 7 out of 10 times. It's just it's my thing.
Yeah.
It's my jam.
Just chill out,
No
listen
pun
to music.
intended. Right. Anyway, that's just that. So I wouldn't mind to go to one of her concerts too if I ever could figure out where she is. I heard she's really
It's
young.
a really cool place that you can go to find things out.
Shut
It's called
up.
the internet.
Fine, I'm gonna go there. I heard
Go
she's
to
really.
the Google.
I heard she's really young.
Is she?
I'm gonna find out. We need a Google person here. Anybody want to come do that for us? We have 4 kids. You would think that one of them would do it.
Nah, we don't want them in here.
Oh, that's true. She is 17 years old.
No.
She was born in 2001. She is 1 year older than Brooke. She is younger than her other 2 daughters.
She's younger than. Oh wow. Yeah.
She's younger than Maddie and Kaylee.
We got to get on them. What are they doing with their lives?
Why are they not superstars?
This girl's younger than you. She's making millions of dollars. Get it together.
You know.
Meanwhile, there's a ton of people younger than me. All of them making more money than me.
Exactly.
Pretty
So why don't you be quiet there? She actually is touring, but nowhere near us, of course. Because we live in West Virginia, and nobody wants to come here except country people whom we don't listen to in the WWE.
And the lady I gave a ride to work today.
What? What? What?
The lady I gave a ride to work.
Does she
today. She
sing?
moved here
For what?
just because she wanted to try somewhere different. And I said Charleston, West Virginia. She's from Denver, Colorado.
How soon is she going back?
As soon as her lease is up.
Is that what she
in a month
said?
and a half.
See,
She's
that's what
been
I'm
here
saying.
almost a year. She said, I thought I'd come here. She works for the Marriott, or as she said at Marriott.
Married.
I guess at Marriott.
Okay.
I guess that's where, how they say it in Denver. But she said that as soon as her lease is up, she's moving back to Denver. She just was so sick of it. She grew up there. You know, you get tired of it.
Well, sure you
and
do.
She wanted to try something new, something fresh. And she was like, I think she said she chose here. She chose here because she said her grandfather was born and raised in St. Albans, West Virginia. So she was like, oh, I'll just go there.
Oh. Did she research before she made the plunge? If not, I commend her. I like that spontaneity. I would love to be able to do that. But did she research St. Albans, West Virginia, that's right up next to Jefferson, West Virginia?
I don't think she did, obviously. She actually lived at Roxalana up that way.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I miss how you have so much to do. She said, your state's beautiful.
It
but
is
the
beautiful.
bad is really bad.
It's true.
She said the drug problem is unbelievable. And she was like, I miss being able just to run down to the dispensary and get some edibles or some stuff. And she's like, and when you've been doing that forever and you come here and people are like, well, I've got a guy. She's like, I don't want to go meet a guy in the Kroger parking lot and buy weed or edibles. She's like,
Right?
I want to know where it came from. I want to know it came from a company that has standards and regulated.
That's true. I
So
feel
she's
you.
like literally like doesn't do it here because she doesn't want to buy it from some joker off the street.
Probably not a bad idea.
Which is, yeah. So the legalization of marijuana is doing good in the world.
Well,
She's like, your state could really, really benefit from legalizing it. It's billions of dollars. And I was like, yeah, we know this.
yeah.
But we got to make sure that the right politicians are getting a big piece of those billions of dollars before we can legalize it here.
Yeah.
Because that's what it really is all about.
Well,
It's not really about the people. It's not really about the state. It's about the representatives and the people.
nothing
that
ever
make
is. It's all politics. It's all political, which is why I don't speak of it. So let's change the subject. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about religion.
Well,
We already know this.
that's no fun.
Well, maybe I'm no fun. I don't have a problem with not being fun.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. What, politics and religion, that's two of the most unfun things that you can think about.
It's true. It isn't fun, but it's fun because it irritates people.
I don't
It
like
kind of gets at people if you don't agree with them. That's the way our world is now. Is if you don't agree with people, then you're on that side, and then
Yeah.
you're just like,
Right. We talked about that the other
forget
night.
you.
Yeah.
Forget you're done.
You're done.
You're done. You're done. You out.
Gosh, are you in the mob?
You're done. You out.
Okay. But there's just certain things that people decide they don't want to talk about, if that's okay. And you know what? And I'm just going to be honest right now with you.
Really?
There's two reasons that I don't want to talk about it. One is so controversial.
Controversial.
And two, here's the honesty. I don't know enough about it to speak of it. I don't know enough about it to fight it. I don't know enough about it to argue about it. So I'm not going to sit here and sound like an idiot when I'm trying to fight with you about politics. Or not even fight, okay? So take the word fight out. Debate with you or have a conversation. I am not smart enough in those two areas to have a what am I trying to say? To have a
Legitimate
educated debate about either politics or religion, okay? I am into spirituality. I'm not really into the religious part of it. I'm into being spiritual. I have a relationship with God. I pray. I do all of that. I believe there's a God.
People.
I mean, I do that, okay? Like, I do try to pray. I need to pray more. Obviously, I believe in God, and I want to have a relationship with God, and I like to read spiritual things. But I'm not into the religion part of it, and I don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about digging deep into the Bible to have a educated conversation with someone. I don't know enough about politics to have a debate or any type of conversation. When people start talking about politics, I suddenly feel like a kindergartner sitting in a room full of adults trying to understand what they're saying.
Well, the problem is they don't even understand. It's all stupid.
Yeah, I think they do. I think some people do understand what they're saying.
Right, but they think it's so slanted no matter what you're talking about. It's like almost not worth talking about.
Well, I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I forget what conversation it was, who was having it, but it was a political conversation, and they were, like, debating what the systems this person believes in. I mean, I don't have time, and I don't have the interest enough to dig into it. It doesn't interest me.
Which I respect that.
It doesn't interest me. You all can get mad at me and say you should care.
No.
But I don't. Why? Why do I care?
I don't care either about
I
politics.
can't take my time trying to study up. Well, none of it matters anyway. None of what I would have to say, nothing that I have to do about it would even matter. And I know that would enrage people because, like, oh my gosh, Jesus. Think what you want to think. Because when y'all know me by now, I don't care. I don't care. I am me. I do what I do, and I don't do politics or religion.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm not spiritual. Don't get it twisted.
No. You just don't want to talk about it, and I respect that.
Yes.
Because you're not willing. You know what I mean? You don't want to study. You don't want. You don't care enough.
Right.
To dig into it on your personal time or talk about it with people. So why would you want to discuss it on a platform like this?
Right. And why debate it anyway? It is what it. Everything is what it is.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, people are trying to get into the Bible. Like, is this right? Is this wrong? Is it okay to drink? Is it okay to get a divorce? It is okay to have gay marriage. I don't know. Can we just live our lives and be the best people we can be and then believe in a God and pray to a God and quit trying to condemn people to hell because they may drink or they may get a divorce or they may like the same sex?
Preach. You know what? You know why? Because all of that you're talking about, it's a vehicle. It's a way. It's a vehicle to control people.
And so you can feel better about yourself. Because you sit over there thinking, you're judging all these people for the apparent wrongs that they're doing. And I believe there's somewhere that says, thou shalt not judge. I mean, thou shalt. So all of these things that we're doing, and we're playing God by saying, you're going to hell because you had a drink, or you're going to hell because of this. Is that not wrong too?
Absolutely.
I don't get it. Like, I don't get where you can sit high and mighty.
It's not right.
You can sit high and mighty and say, because I go to church every day, or every week, every time the door's open, and because I read my Bible every day, because I pray multiple times a day, and I pray in the way that I was taught to pray, so sing-songy, and it's the same thing over and over again, nothing original. You say the same prayer before dinner, the same prayer before breakfast and lunch. It's all fine and good. But because you do that, you suddenly can say, oh, you're gay? Or, oh, you said a curse word? Or, oh, you got drunk last night? Ooh. How can you do that? You're a human just like I am. I don't get it. And it makes me crazy.
It makes you feel better about yourself.
That's what I just said. It makes you feel better about yourself.
And that's how you get people, because if you were any other way, then you couldn't have the organization with the money coming in.
No, I understand that.
If you really were the way that God wanted you to be, then very few people they come because of guilt. They come and they give a lot of people because of guilt, because it's what they're supposed to do. It's the system they've been set up in since the day they were born.
No, I
and if they step outside that system, if they don't tithe, they've got grandmas and grandpas and dads and moms saying, well, no wonder you're having problems in your marriage. You're not tithing.
Yeah, I know.
No wonder you're having problems with your
how?
finances. You're not giving God His peace first.
How can they? I just don't understand. Like, I mean, and I grew up in the church. I grew up with I grew up with half and half. Like, my mom's side of the family, everybody went to church every time the door was open. My dad's side of the family, they like criminals, some of them. You know what I mean? I had both sides of this like world, but I really hate judgmental, hypocritical people. And it's so funny because I tend to go back on how my dad never went to church. Okay, when he did, he was more of a Catholic. But my dad, looking back, is smarter about it. He knows more about the Bible than a lot of people that I know, but he never stepped foot in the door. But my mom always would go to church, like praying for him. Oh my gosh, he's going to hell. But how do we know? Do we know that? How do you know if somebody's going to hell?
Well, really, the only
Is
thing...
there a hell? We don't know. Like,
but regardless, you shouldn't even be thinking about it.
but people do.
Right, but regardless, you should mature and know that here's what God's saying. I'm in control. You just worry about loving each other.
That's what I'm saying.
You just worry about being good to that man and loving him. Don't
We're
worry about
not-
telling
we're
him
not
what to do or where to go. Just worry about loving him.
Right. So how is that any different than supposedly having a drink is not right, or saying a curse word, or any of that stuff? Like, why is it because the world doesn't perceive it as a big of a sin? But a sin is a sin. If you're sitting over here judging somebody and I'm sitting over here having a glass of wine, I don't know which. To the world, maybe having a glass of wine, oh my gosh. But to me, and a real person, me having a glass of wine is not doing anything to anybody. But you're sitting over here judging and condemning people to hell and playing God, saying you're going to hell because of X, Y, and Z. Because why? I don't get that. And so I fell into that for so many years. And I'm kind of glad I did, because if I wouldn't have grown up that way, if I wouldn't have seen that, we went to a Christian college. If I wouldn't have been there, which I loved. I loved that college. It's a great, great place. But still, you're sheltered. You're pushed this, and this, and this.
Right.
But I had to go through all that to get to the person that I am now, which I'm a confident person in my beliefs and what I think and what I feel.
Right.
Most of the time. And we all have days.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to raise my kids in the way that we're raising our kids. You know what I mean? Like, to make your own decisions, to think for yourself. You're like you said before, you're allowed to have an opinion.
You're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to have doubts.
Yes.
You're allowed to question things. If you believe in the God that I believe in, you're allowed to do all those things because He's bigger than us. It's like an ant. We're like an ant to God. Like, you think the ant...
Like an A-U-N-T or an A-N-T?
A-N-T.
Okay.
An ant. Like, you think that ant understands us?
Right.
Do you think that ant understands the power we have over it?
Right.
Does it understand how we look at it? Does it understand? It may think it does.
Mm-hmm.
But that's us to God. We're not even, we don't know anything. That's the way I look at it.
No.
We think we do, but all we've done is we've taken a book, the Bible, and we've created all these systems around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that the Bible's wrong. I'm just saying the religious organization that we built around it, in a lot of cases, not all of them, but in a lot of cases, there's a lot of exploitation. There's a lot of I just don't like the way the system's set up.
I mean,
and I'm not going to change it.
Right.
And nobody has to like that I dislike it.
Right.
I just have seen a lot of bad in it.
Right.
And anybody will if they get too deep. So, if you go to church, you just show up, you enjoy your time, you don't get into any leadership, you don't do that, and you get back and go home, you might not experience what I've experienced. You might not go, oh, this is how it works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you might get a nasty taste in your mouth. But
yeah. Well, and it's like the thing, too, that bothers me, and I thought about this the other day when I was downtown. When was I downtown? Oh, last Tuesday, I suppose. And there was a bum on the street, and he asked the two people in front of me for money, and they just kind of blew him off, like didn't even look at him. And he asked me for money, and I said, look, I literally have some change, then I'll be more happy to give you. He's like, anything helps, I appreciate that. Well, growing up, I would always hear my family say, I'm not giving them money. They're just going to go buy booze or cigarettes. So?
That's what I'd be buying if I were in their shoes.
So? What does it matter? Like, so, I don't understand how, I just don't get it. Like,
so if you give him $1.17 and he goes and he's going to pull his life together, no, that dude's looking to make it to the next minute.
Right. And I know that some people would rather give them food than money, and that's fine too. It's whatever's in your heart. If you're compelled to give something to somebody, there have been times where I haven't given something to somebody because in those situations, I really do I have strong feelings. I have given to many people, and I've actually gone above and beyond in some instances in Atlanta, and you know what I'm talking about, to give to people.
Yeah, you dated that guy for like 3 months.
I didn't date him. I took him stuff every day. It's not a date, okay? It's not a date. No, but I'd be stopped right before I get on the interstate on Peachtree Street. I would be stopped. Same man, day after day. And you know what? He didn't want money. You know what he wanted? He looked in people's car windows. He had you roll your window down. He was dirty. Dirty, filthy, lots of hair, lots of, just really nasty dirty. But I cracked my window that first day, and he goes, I don't want any money. And I said, what do you want? And he kind of looked in my car, and I had like a Coke, is when I didn't care what I ate or drank, and I had like a Coke can or something there. Is there anything left in that Coke can? And I was like, what? I was like, that's from this morning. He said, I don't care. Is there anything left to drink in there? And I was like, I picked it up, and I was like, yeah. He said, can I please have it? I gave it to him. And then, days went on, and he always wanted what was left. So then I got to the point where I was like, because I have a heart for people like that. So then I got to the point where before I left work, we had a little kitchen. And so I'd make him a sandwich and I would get a can of Coke. And it was all on the law firm I was working for. And they knew I was doing it. I told them, I was like, there's this man that I'm kind of dating. No, I'm just kidding. There's this man. And they were like, oh, absolutely. Do it. So there for a while, I made him a sandwich and handed him a full Coke cold every day. And he loved it. Then like his blanket in the winter was getting tattered. So I took him one of our blankets. I just did stuff like that. I mean, that's
huge.
It is. And there was many things in Atlanta like that. You have so many opportunities like that.
Right,
but my
right.
point is, why are we sitting here thinking about if we give money to this bum, what's he going to do with it? Is he going to go buy something that we think is wrong?
That's such a big ego.
Now, if you're not giving it to him because you have a different look on it, like maybe he should go get a job or he should just, I'm not even arguing that. That you feel how you feel and you do it. You do it. Me as Angie, yes, I think a lot of these people can get jobs. And we know there's a racket in Charleston. Well, we know there's a racket in Charleston, and there's like a little thing, and it's fine.
And a lot of those people that they do have mental disorders. Or
they do.
Or they're veterans.
They
that
do.
That are messed up, and
Absolutely.
nobody's helping them.
Absolutely. So, that being said, what else? There's another example I wanted to give.
Just so you know, though,
remember.
for the last 15 minutes, we've been talking religion.
I just thought that a second ago. I was like, I said I don't want to talk religion, and here I go. There was this lady. This doesn't really have anything to do with religion. This just has to do with compassion, I guess. So I love Brooke to death. I love her heart. She has the biggest heart in the world. And so we're at Walmart. Well, two things happened at Walmart to us today. I guess we look like those people. We were in line for the self-checkout, and there was this man with like a fishing pole and a bucket. I can't make this stuff up. I'm serious. Fishing pole and a bucket behind us. He was like, "Excuse me, darling," and I was like, because y'all know how I feel about that. I'm like, "Not your darling. I don't even know you." And I was like, "What's up?" And he said, "I can't find my sister." And I left my phone. And he says, "I can't find my sister." He's like probably in his 50s. And I left my phone in the car. Can I call her? And I said, well, I can call her for you. And he said, okay. And he like reached for the phone. I was like, no, I'll call her for you. What's the number? And he gave me the number. I put it on speaker. He found a sister. They met in sporting goods, whatever. And Brooke was like, why didn't you just let him have your phone? And I had to teach her a lesson. Like, if somebody wants to use your phone, it's cool, but like, don't let him have your phone. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I have a big heart and I want to help people, but I'm also a little bit skeptical at the same time.
Well, you need to be, because as soon as you hand him the phone, all he has to do is say,
ran off.
"This is my phone."
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could look on the wallpaper and see it's not his phone because it's me and my family.
Like, he could, but if somebody came, he'd be like, "This freaking lady's crazy. Like, leave me alone." He could put it in his bag, and then you can't go in his bag.
True. But anyway, he found it. That was just a little. Okay, so then we get in the car, and we're walking to the car, and we see this older lady in a long skirt and a sweater, and it's like 90 degrees outside. And she's pushing a cart looking delirious. Like, she doesn't know where she is. she's looking around like she can't find her car. So Brooke was like, Mom, we need to help her. And I'm like, oh, Brooke, she's probably fine. She's just like us when we can't find our car at Target. We do it all the time. She's like, no, but Mom, we really need to help her. So I start pulling off because we were going to go to Starbucks. And I was like needing some Starbucks because it was the afternoon time, which I shouldn't have said that because I'm not supposed to be going to Starbucks all that much, but we did go today. Anyway, and so we drive around, and then, like, I look in my rearview mirror, and I still see her, like, wandering around aimlessly. And I was like, ah. So, like, I turned the thing, and we followed her for a minute. And I'm telling you, she was zigzagging and, like, looking, and almost had this, like, look of panic on her face. So I was like, Brooke, roll your window down. And she goes, Mom, talk to her. Say it. Ask her if she needs help. And so I was like, she looked over at me. I was like, excuse me, do you need some help? She goes, I can't find my husband. And, like, she was upset. And I was like, well, what do you mean you can't find your husband? And she goes, my phone's dead. I have no. She said, no. She said, my phone doesn't have good service. I'm trying to call him. He's not picking up. He was supposed to meet me here. I don't know where he is. And I was like, well, do you want to use my phone to call him? Like, maybe your phone's messed up. She was like, no, it's ringing, but he's just not answering. Anyway, long story short, she talked to us for a while. And she said she was fine. She was like, he'll come back for me. He'll come back for me. So we drove off, and Brooke and I were in Starbucks. Still worried about her. Like, and to right now, I'm like, was she like, did maybe she have dementia, and I just left her? Or was it
Probably.
a legit story? You know what I'm saying? Like, was her husband like freaking in the electronics section like JMR would be, and just like, crap, I told Ange I'd meet her, and she's probably out in the parking lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, doing for people like that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Wow, I got off on a tangent.
You did. Tangent Ange.
I'm sorry.
Tangent Ange.
We went from Post Malone to Jesus.
To Jesus.
Anyway, that's the last religious talk you'll get out of me.
Whatever.
If you want to talk spirituality,
Whatever.
I'll talk spirituality. I like that stuff. But I don't want to talk religion anymore. It gets me, like, I'm sweating. Like, I feel like I need another shower because I got all hot and bothered. And I think I forgot we were recording this, and I think I might have pulled my shirt up a little bit too much there. We might have to watch that.
You're flashing it?
Well, I'm burning up.
Oh.
I'm sweating.
Just take your clothes off. It's all right.
Talking religion gets me all bothered.
Take your clothes off. Just sit back and relax. It'll be fine.
I'm not taking my clothes off
We'll
now.
hold hands. We'll pray.
Oh my gosh. Can we sing Kumbaya?
No. It's totally something I don't want to sing.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
We'll sing Post Malone.
Yes.
Internet.
Hollywood's bleeding.
Hollywood's bleeding.
Okay, that's all I got. I'm sorry. I kind of hijacked the podcast.
Hey, that's all right. I'm glad I was here with you during that podcast. Your Ange's religious podcast.
Yes.
Section. The Church of Ange.
Yes. No. That sounds terrible. No. Gosh.
All right. We're out.
Okay. All right. Bye.